Welcome back to another game of Counter-Strike. This is the second match between Bajini and KlikTech here, this time on Nuke. And we're going into the pistol round. CTs want to take advantage of the long-range USB, have gone outside. However, the terrorists themselves, though, aren't really interested in that. We have a Glock train going straight down into B, under. Quick exchange there, sees Davenho take out Maiden, and Savi respond by taking out Davenho. Counter-terrorists are looking to rotate down here, but the site is practically lost. Nuke does go down. D will get a shot onto Skipper there, but that is about it. And a 3 versus 2 here puts the terrorists in pretty much an interesting post-mount situation, especially so now that Holmes and Nix are done for, and the counter-terrorists will take the first round. Bajini able to retake the site quite well. And we'll see what kind of buys they're looking to go into for this next round here. We'll see 2 rifles, a scout, and ump. And for the terrorist side there, we will see 3 P250s, couple of flashes, and a smoke there. So really, perhaps just hoping to get a plant and leave it at that. They will run straight for hut though, which will be mollied. The smoke will take care of that though. And as the rest of the terrorists run out there, they are pretty much cut down, the hut turning into a murder hut. The burst fire, not going to do it unfortunately for Holmes. D will take his head off with a USB. And the CTs do not lose a single player at half. So the investment in the rifles will pay off, as they will get down onto them for another round. However, KlikTech, without having invested too much into the second round, will be able to buy rifles themselves. Not a great deal of utility to go up to back that up, of course. But as long as their entry frags are true, they will be fine. Okay, sitting in a hut there. Bit further up than you'd normally see counter-terrorists. Davenho waiting for the push onto ramp. There it is. He'll quickly molly it off, taking a slight dink, and he'll actually get a burn onto Skipper. Maiden able to get a kill onto Dimke there. That was just in hut. Pushed up a little bit further than he should have. And we will see D poking around outside, trying to find somebody. Not going to find anyone. Davenho, having moved back onto ramp on B site proper, is pretty much expecting something here, not seeing it yet though. Nix moving out into upper ramp. We'll throw a quick flash down there, pick up another flash for the extra utility's sake, and we are seeing a bit of a play here from Savi and Maiden. Not going to work out though. Nix doesn't really have much to do here, will flash himself however, good on ya. And he spotted the bomber course. KGR will peek out again. There is a footstep from Jordan though, alerting him to where he is. And they're pretty much waiting to just... yeah. At this stage, it's just a matter of get out, get a kill maybe, but you're gonna die. That's about it. 16 seconds left to go at that stage when he did hop out of that. Not really a great deal he could do there. So it was better than dying after the timer ended without any real money earned at all. Given his teammates weren't going to be in the best position to force around him, there could have been worse things to happen. Savi trying to rush in Innes here, just going into ramp room. Not going to be able to make too much headway though, as he is mollied off. His colleagues, however, have moved towards outside and are looking to move on to B through the tunnels. Counter-terrorists themselves, with the exception of D, haven't really come across too many people. Jordan, of course, hearing those shots and seeing them fly through there. As for Holmes and Nix, they've snuck in pretty far here. If they're able to get more players down here and get a kill or two as they run to the site, they might be able to get a plant. Jordan, however, will score himself a kill upstairs. And we may see somebody here move. Savi is up on A though, and I think they're trying to get a good angle here for Holmes to pop out. Not gonna do it though, and that's it. Excellent sneaking from KlikTech, but they're not able to turn it into much by the end of that round. We will see another buy coming in from KlikTech, however. As for the counter-terrorists, their money's golden. They've had some good rounds. Dimke's not had too many great rounds, but his colleagues have. That's going to be enough at this stage just to keep him pretty much happy and rolling around in the dosh. The flash and a few other bits of utility thrown out onto the outside there. We are seeing that they will just want to get that ground sooner rather than later and set themselves up for B going into the stairs from outside here. KGR though, in a good position. Should they choose not to go for this, in fact it looks like they aren't, they are wanting to wrap themselves around, which Davenho and D have a bit to say about that. Now, as for Holmes and Maiden, they've actually managed to work themselves onto this A site here. With Jordan having something to say about it though, he will run through with the MP9, making a bit of noise. With a 2v2 situation, arguably better weapons on the counter-terrorist side, but with less health. 40 seconds left to go. I think at this stage they want to force an error from the other team. KGR running around though. Will score himself a kill into Nix. And Maiden gets it! That was an excellent flick! KGR just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I guess with the Molotov, he figured he had enough time to be able to sort of hop over there and score himself a much better position and look after the bomb. So, excellent on-the-spot decision-making from Maiden there, if that was the case. If he just decided to, you know, quickly go and make sure he could score the kill quickly, then, hey, good on ya. Now they will be rushing through HUD again. Normally this is a bit of a death trap, but it has worked out, at least it had, until the rotate had come through here. Holmes in a position to get himself burnt alive, getting a bit of team damage from his teammate there by the looks of it. They're not going for the plant just yet. We have two of the counter-terrorists up in heaven, ready to turn it into hell. That'll be Davenho and Nuke. And the retake begins. They've kind of overshot. Yep, they have overshot Holmes down the bottom there, though they have found him now. Nix popping out a hut there is not able to get the trade that he's after. Even if he did, he would have had the person up on the upper railing there to deal with, and that surely would have been a trade and still have turned out a win for Bajini. Bajini themselves going for a bit of a timeout here. Does not appear to be a tactical, sorry, not tactical, does not appear to be a technical pause. So can assume that they just want to think about what they're going to be doing going into this next round. Bit of an interesting one, considering that if they've been keeping track of KlikTech's economy, they should know that they're on a bit of an eco here. That said, it's one of the most dangerous ecos you can get. 5 CZs with a bunch of utility and full armor as well. And that kind of buy in the hands of the right players doesn't really feel like an eco. D with the orb looking to get the long angle outside, of course. The others will rush onto the site. And the terrorists themselves, they are actually sitting back a little bit. I believe they might just want to set themselves up for a bit of a push, or at least that's the story they want to tell. D going to be in a position where he can see Savi pop out there. He does get the first kill. And Nix with an excellent trade at distance. Getting a second kill onto KGR. Helped out and also hindered by a teammate who did give him a bit of team damage there. Dimke will get a score, will get a kill onto Maiden there. Holmes Getting a kill onto Davino though, which turns us into a 1 versus 3 situation. Terrorists themselves are in heaven. Almost a whiff. Dimke is actually bringing this back. And with the molly, oh, that was brilliant. Throws the molly, gets him to move out, but knows the exact angle he's going to have to go through and keeps the crosshair right between the two tank things there on A. Sorry, I don't know the name for it. And it pays off. Nyx runs straight into that. So that was an excellent play from Dimke. That said, it's not altogether bad news for KlikTech. They were able to get 4 kills from the counter-terrorists, which, if they're able to continue that rate of damage this round, will actually set themselves up for a particularly good round. Jordan, though, will basically take off Savi's head. Skip will have an answer for that, but the others, though, will get torn to pieces. Holmes not able to get the no-scope, and Davino is able to score the last 2 kills there and secure the round. However, as said, that was still a fair amount of damage onto those counter-terrorists, and you can see here that they're having to buy each other just to keep the utility and armor and defuse kits up as well. KlikTech still opting for another eco here, though 4 of them have gone for Desert Eagle. Skipper popping out and just taking off D's head. And that, my friends, is how you earn yourself an AWP. Which has gone straight into the hands of Maiden here, as you would expect. Unarmored grenade hit, though, is not going to feel too great. And Jordan may have very well just heard that scope in as well, so he's going to be able to communicate that Maiden is looking outside of hut. Things coming to a little bit of a standstill here. KlikTech with the man advantage. If they're able to open up onto a site well enough, they might just have this round. They opt to creep back towards this B site ramp here. Davino having to fall back. The Molotov does exactly what it needs to. It stops them from being able to move up there. Davino will pop down into ramp again. Jordan and Savi not really in a position to see each other. Davino will peek out and get a kill just in time, only showing himself when he needs to, playing a bit like a jellyfish. Each shot, and then he basically quickly swims away. And Davino just waiting for the terrorists down at sight there. Savi actually scoring that kill onto, well, actually outside by the looks of it. However, we do have a player in ramp, and that will be Dimke, who does get a kill. Terrorists will get themselves a plant, however. So as far as your ecos are concerned, they've met their base goal. Maiden, though, is going to be a bit of a menace. He does see Dimke just the last second. I think he's got to be aware that they're moving out onto site now. And he whiffs the shot! No, that was crucial. Okay. Holmes, though, what will he be able to do? He'll not be able to do anything, as Jordan does not miss his shot. The counter-terrorists themselves down to 2 players again. However, that said, they're able to hang on to quite a bit there. Rifle and AWP. 2 defuse kits to CSad as well. And they've got money to buy their teammates, so they're laughing. This is good for them. Team who isn't laughing at the moment? KlikTech. They've got enough money for a buy this round. And considering what they've been able to do on ecos, maybe they just need the extra firepower to sort of drag themselves over the finish line there for a round. Jordan outside, he's not really hearing much at all. Don't think he's gotten the information to say that the terrorists are actually moving outside into the tunnels there. Maiden, though, does score himself a kill, which is good. For KlikTech, that is. Turned this onto a 4 versus 5 situation. D, however, wary that there could be players coming through tunnels, just decides to wait and Oh, he could have gotten a 3-kill there. KlikTech, though, kind of feeding the counter-terrorists a healthy diet of kills, keeping their money well and truly alive. Nyx, the last player, is able to get a kill onto D, however they know where he is. Surely, in a 1 versus 3 situation, he won't be able to get away with it, and there you go, KGR, timing his drop down into the vents quite well, is able to wrap that one up. We are seeing another pause here. Looks like it's just your regular run-of-the-mill tactical timeout. And KlikTech really need it at this stage. They're not able to... They're getting slowly picked apart across the map. Problem is that whilst some of the time they're able to get excellent entry frags, they're just not able to translate those into a victory. And when you have the likes of Jordan here, who's woken up quite well, and Dimke, who's not at the top of the scoreboard, but has had some excellent rounds, then you can see exactly why this has been difficult for them. Well, the outside falling to the terrorists. There has been no real contest from the counter-terrorists. You have D, who's hanging back a fair bit, but he will be trapping himself if he doesn't do much here. He's gone back to a very conservative position. Really, at this stage, I think all he wants to do is just be able to get 1 kill, and Skipper pops out and gives him exactly that. Will the others try to work around it, though? They are just crouching. Oh, KGR taking advantage of them being in a very cramped position as they went into hell there. Both positionally and figuratively. Maiden Homes, though, have a bit of work to do, more so for Maiden as he's in a position to do it. He's not spotted from the A side. However, KGR making a nice little life for himself here, as he doesn't really need to go anywhere else. He's got the bomb. And the terrorists opt to save this time. It looks like they might want to get their colleagues to force up around them. And we see another timeout here. KlikTech, of course, wanting to know what they can do with this situation. They have 2 players who, having saved but not gotten any money, still in an alright position with AK's utility armor. The other players around them, though, each pretty much on $3,500. They will be able to force up around this if they want to. The problem they're really running into, though, is that even on their full buys, they can't really secure these rounds. So, are they really just going to be selling themselves short a few rounds if they don't, if they force up here and still can't do anything with it? Seems like they've actually wanted to keep Davey on a bit of a save here. Sorry, Davey. Savvy. That said, he has been doing wonders with that Deagle. Divino brought down to 12 health. I don't think he knows Nyx is up here. He doesn't. And Nyx is able to translate that into a kill. Savi, however, is able to get to the outside and make his way through tunnels here. As for his teammates, though, where will they want to go? I think they're waiting for a bit of a long rotate in. Nyx taking the head clean off Dimke's shoulders. Jordan and Savi close, but not close enough. I think Savi's just waiting for somebody to poke out here, but he's not keeping his eyes on it, and it'll cost him. And it's a 2 versus 3 situation. Counter-terrorists still have a bit of a ways to go before they can make this a fair fight. Granted, the terrorist health is a bit lower. And at this stage, with Holmes getting all that information on the A side here, he might tell him it's clear, but he'll need to get rid of Jordan for that to be the case, and he does. D, however, waiting. Now it's a 2 versus 1. Knowing that they'll instantly run towards this B site here, but not necessarily certain where from. He's looking to creep his way around and see if he can't stop the plant! And he can't, but they know exactly where he is now. If he can find one of them, if he's able to molly something here, he could do something. He is on full health. Maiden's also on full health, though. So if he gets rid of Maiden... Oh, yes. Burn him alive! There we go. That'll be one player gone. It's still a 1 versus 1. Maiden, knowing that he's in the vents, though, just had to effectively keep calm, keep his eyes on that, and it works out for them quite well. And that turns into a second round for KlikTech. The counter-terrorists, though, actually in a bit of a dangerous money position themselves. As you can see, not always easy victories for them. If KlikTech do happen to lose this one, though, it will be a devastating reset, and you may even think that that would kind of be the end of the half right there. They will be running into garage. And it is a turkey shoot. Absolutely. And, oh god. Okay. That was the worst case scenario for Bajini. And they've been reset. With 2 rounds left to go in this half, they're buying up this one. They might get a bit of a lose bonus next time, but I think they're resigned to the fact that the kind of buy that you're seeing here is what they're getting for the next 2 rounds. They will head outside, looking to use the long distance of the Desert Eagle. D taking a bit of damage, so does Skipper, however, as he does try to push onto that A ramp. There's a lot of team flashing going on in this game, same in the last map as well, and they're setting up for a ramp push, and all it's going to take from KG out this stage, or at least you think, would be holding down mouse 1, but he does get taken out. Savi with the AK able to do something here, and there is another brutal spray down from Davino on ramp. Terrorists are able to get this much onto ramp, but they've paid for it in blood. There's no doubt about that. They are just swapping weapons around here just to make the most of the money, or more accurately, the health and armor. Maiden realizing that if he is 1 bullet away from dying, he might as well give the AK to somebody who's able to use it a bit better. And they are moving on to A site there. Dimke's been spotted. He will get the first kill, though. Does get traded over by Nix, who, thanks to that quick kill, they now have control of the A sites, or at least they thought they did until D is able to effectively get that 1 kill, and he's got the angle control, so at the very least he can give this player up in heaven here, Davino, a bit of confidence knowing that he is not in some places, he being Nix, who's in a stressful position here. He will hear that from heaven. And has he been spotted? He will have been, and it's just a matter of the 3 players popping out and getting the trade there, none of them having to lose their lives to do so. And that pretty much guarantees a happy last round for Bajini. Nothing to worry about money-wise. You can't say the same about KlikTech, though. As for them, they're actually going into a lot of SMG buys. CZs, Desert Eagles, with the exception of Sevilla, I think they're looking for aggressive movements and just trying to run out and get some kills, effectively take some of these CTs. Catch them with their pants down, pretty much. Not going to work, though, but as the smoke does pop out on the outside there, they will be able to get a fair bit of ground, and walking through tunnels, we'll see it. Ouch! Yep. So Jordan is able to stop this almost completely. That would have been the bomb lost at such a critical point as well. Dimke hiding in the vents. He is going to be monstrous when it comes to these T players and their time to plant the bomb. Skipper walking past, catching the bomb. Maiden's still sitting in, well, just outside of hut, really, and Holmes outside. So we have a rather divided terrorist side here, but with a minute left to go, as long as they can reunite, they might find out what they want to do here. Counter-terrorists, pretty much just sticking to their guns. They've got ramp covered. They've got both sides, well, they've got eyes on both sides here. Dimke's ready to move back if he has to. Maiden, at the very least, able to provide some information on this A site, but not enough to avoid a slaughter. Remember, with 25 seconds to go, this is pretty much do or die time for them, as they will have to commit to one of these sites. KGR, though, had to be KGR, with a rifle, is pretty much in a position to spray down and finish this half, with a little bit of help from Dimke as well. Now, they say never say it's over till it's over in Counter-Strike, but KlikTech's CT side is gonna have to be golden. More accurately, their CT pistol side is gonna have to be flawless here, or else they're pretty much, they're already in the frying pan. This is the point where the heat gets turned up. Savi keeping eyes outside there. That said, though, we are seeing a fairly fast push onto ramp, which, if they move back, they might be wanting to force a rotate. We'll have to see. Maiden creeping up vents here just to see if he spots anything or hears anything on this site. We are seeing some play from outside. Savi behind with 2 critical pistol kills to the backs of 2 T's heads. Dimke and Jordan having to control lock down this A side here. With Nix scoring 1 kill, he has pretty much been able to confirm where this last T player is, and that will be in hut. Dimke dying in hut thanks to a well-placed shot from Savi, who, his timing popping out on warehouse there, and outside particularly good. It's got to be frustrating if you're Bajini. Especially for the fact that you get that 1 kill in that opening of A site there. Just gets stung from behind. So that was pretty much the exact thing that KlikTech needed. I think it would be fairly close to saying GG without it. Bajini, though, knowing that they have so many rounds to play with here, haven't really bothered to force up too much. I gotta say, it's gonna be the smarter decision here. Maiden does take out Jordan outside. We are seeing a push onto the ramp here. Nick's running back as fast as he can, but he will be pretty much overwhelmed, swarmed if you will. Plant almost about to go down, but it can't, thanks to that play from Vent. KGR, though, will be able to get 1 kill. Dimke going for a bit of a swim, cooling himself off in radioactive water, while Savi defuses the bomb. Holmes making sure that Bajini knows this is personal by plugging a few extra rounds into a corpse. Going forward, however, we do have our first proper buy round from the terrorists. CTs themselves are looking to upgrade. No AWPs, however, so they must be feeling confident enough about their outside control, or they're just looking to sort of hold off angles here. And by looks of Maiden, I'd say that is very much the case here. Nix, with a smoke, able to purchase a bit of extra space here up into the halls. Nix is about to see 1 terrorist poke out. That's it. You just need to jellyfish it. You've made your shot. get out. Swim away. Jordan just sitting outside of hut in the lobby, whereas the T's have decided to take advantage of the ground gotten on ramp, but not to the extent you'd think. Savi a bit wary of outside and hell as well. Skipper waiting in vents to see if somebody will pop out. However, it will be up to Nyx perhaps to get that first shot. They will molly out vents. Skipper's going to have to get back. Nyx in a pretty critical position here. Does get 2 kills, however, making this a bit easier. Jordan going a little bit ham, but not ham enough. He will go down to Savi. Those last 2 kills from him, though, were pretty good. You just had too many places to look at, and the timings of the rotates worked out just well enough for KlikTech. Do score themselves their 3rd round in a row on the CT side. Skipper getting a bit of damage onto Jordan through smoke, and the molly is actually going to finish that off. Terrorists already in a 4 versus 5 position, not able to maintain a not able to maintain a 5 versus 5 situation. Terrorists, though, were looking to work their way through hut, which is an absolute death trap, even with a full buy there. I know that there has been an update to Nuke, which I have not had a direct look to see how that impacts a player like that, whether it would still be viable if it is still such a death trap to run out of. I think in most cases it really is, and that I reckon's kind of been a bit of an issue with Nuke for a while. Not specifically the hut, I mean even Squeaky had it as well. But as terrorists, a lot of the time, unless you're going outside, you kind of feel like you're just running in a conga line into just... They're choke points. Lots of choke points. D with the orb. Watching for tunnels there. Don't think they're quite aware of Maiden being where he is. But she has held this position before. And because of that, he will score himself an excellent kill onto Domino D, however. Oh! Maiden through this. Actually, no, wait, that was thanks to Skipper. Skipper was able to pop out of tunnels and help there. As for the terrorists, they are pretty much they've been cut down as they were trying to run into the A side there. Jordan just creeping into Nyx's crosshair. On this stage, we would want this timeout to be from exactly as you can see there, Bajini. What they had going for them in the first half, and you can see it there in the stats, they definitely do not have going for them in the second half. You know, I hear this is a CT-sided map. But they don't really have too many options. A lot of the time they can go into the outers here. They've been able to get some good ground as they sort of go in and get into tunnels from there. But if they're going for pretty much hut or ramp, then they're not really getting anything done there. There's just too many ways to shut that down. One Molotov and that's pretty much it. Yeah, we'll go for a full CZ buy here. KlikTech expecting something bad to come from lobby. I've pretty much sort of set that, locked it down with a Molotov there. Maiden being boosted into a spot that is going to cause a lot of grief should the T's go that way, but they're not, because they're in tunnels. The only person that might get is Jordan, and They must hear these footsteps by now. D scoring himself an excellent kill as he just pokes out there. Skipper in vent looking to see what he can do, but Nuke is just hanging outside of view and will get himself a kill as well. Doesn't really want to go back and get the rifle by the looks of it. Why would he need to? Apparently the CSads are enough. Oh, Savi, not like this! And it is down to Savi here. The no-scope isn't going to do it, especially with so many different angles you can get shot from there. And Bajini get themselves their first round of this half. 6 rounds in, so not completely bad, especially with the amount of room they had to play with. Given that first half, 13-2. Still, for KlikTech, you do not want that this ride you're on, this winning ride, to be over so soon. Oh, he scopes out at just the wrong time there. It allows KGR to get out. But will he expect this? He will not. However, they've already swapped the AWP onto D. They're very conscious of this. Just taking a look at which players have low health, and making sure the good weapons stay on players with good health. Skipper able to come back through lobby. And Jordan slowly being burnt alive. It's not great. It's not great to be on Bajini at the moment, especially with a 2 versus 1 situation. D will, however, get the bomb back. They will have definitely heard that scoping. And he's in a bit of a pickle here, so to speak. Teammate Jordan will be going outside, though, just to see if he can't get any dormant CTs. He will not. 40 seconds to go. CTs themselves are looking to play a little bit more conservatively. Holmes just out in secret there. Maiden just sitting back in the lobby. Jordan will go down, and it is pretty much down to D here. 23 seconds left to go. Doesn't quite have the weapon to do this. Whiffs that first shot, and Nix will pretty much end it there. And that is a reset for the terrorists. I think any goodwill, or good feelings rather, accrued from that first half, they're slowly going to be dissolving, as they can't just seem to quite crack this nut that is KlikTech's CT side. Skipper getting dinked through smoke. Timing on that shot from the terrorist to be, yes, quite good. It would have to be from Jordan though, considering he's still alive. So a headshot from the AK would have pretty much ended it there and there. Maiden's still able to get a kill despite burning alive, and they will move on to the ace side. Skipper also quite hurt with shit aim thanks to holding onto the ladder. Will be able to get a kill, and that's it. Oh! Nix from the vent. Definitely not expected. Now, Bajini know they've still got rounds to play with. That's exactly why they're opting for solo or buy here as well. They just want to make sure that they have a proper buy going forward. They're able to score 1 kill outside, but the rest of it is pretty much just turned into a dog's breakfast. Skipper. Excellent headshot onto Nuke there. Pretty much meant that there was no chance of Nuke actually getting any additional kills or scoring any additional damage onto these counter-terrorists. And we will see a timeout here, but not until next round. Almost full buy from the terrorists here. They will boost into that hidey hole yet again. It's Maiden up here this time. Not too much outside control being sought from either side here. Although Savi's position pretty much does allow him to see anything that's going on there. Holmes will get a kill onto Devinho there. And with KGR and Hut and a few others sort of working towards the ramp from control. We're not entirely certain exactly where the terrorists want to go. They keep on prodding defenses, but they're just not getting anything for it. Quite the opposite. We'll see a smoke coming out of Squeaky here. KGR is sitting in a hut and he's got himself an alright position. But if there are no players up in rafters, which there aren't a great deal, that said, doesn't matter when you have Holmes and Nix holding onto this side here. Jordan will go down as well on the A side. It was actually KlikTech who wanted that timeout. I wonder how they're feeling about it now. At this stage, they pretty much got the extra time to think about what they want to do with all that money. As you can see, Sevilla is on 10,000. Nix and Holmes, 6,000 respectively, and Maiden Skipper less, but that's because they've had a bit of a solid investment, at least in the case of Skipper. Maiden, not necessarily. He's in a position to sort of build on that money. As for the terrorists, they've gone in with an eco buy here. 4 armor, only one of them with helmets, but fairly calculated because they are hoping to get themselves a plant and go into next round with a solid buy, maybe even cause a bit of damage. But as you can see there, there's only been one round, one for the contest, and they're all going hot. It's such a death trap. Why do people keep on doing this? KGR, though, able to get that rifle and hide in that corner, is able to neutralize rafters, and we're actually down onto a 1 versus 3 situation. Maiden not able to win that exchange with KGR there, and Bajini get themselves the match point that they've been seeking for so long. How long? That long. That's 11 rounds. They've been waiting for this. They will focus more towards the outside here with the terrorists and counter-terrorists. Don't believe they know that Maiden's sort of hiding up here in the smoke, and if he times this just right, he will be able to cause a lot of damage. Times it just right, but does he get the kills? He only gets 1! And Maiden able to score himself 2 kills and a lot of damage on the outside there. Devinho not in the greatest position. He is about to be sandwiched. I don't think he quite knows that Skipper's waiting for him here. Not that it matters. He's able to score an excellent flick onto him. As for Jordan, he's got a bit of work to do. I don't think he could possibly realize that Holmes is sitting up here on Hut. Will he creep out? I don't know if he will. I think Holmes just gave away the game. He did. Jordan, though, still a bit worried about what else could be going on. Not looking exactly where he needs to. And Devinho hopping out a window there. The noise cues giving the counter-terrorists exactly what they need. And they have been reset again. This victory has to be so close they can taste it. But they're just not able to get that final push there. With Sevilla outside. They will, however, score a kill onto Skipper. And it is down to KGR. His teammates having been slain. A minute 27 to go. KGR does have a bit of time to sort of creep around. But if he ends up in the crosshairs of this AWP here, 1, he's going to get spotted, so they'll know exactly where he is and where to be expecting him from. 2, he'll get himself a kill before being traded out by Sevilla. There really wasn't much that KGR was going to be able to do there. Going into this next round, we will see some players with less money forcing up, and for the most part... Oh, we have a glass cannon from D here. Now where he takes this is going to be quite important because they've been using a lot of utility inside. There's a chance that he might just get caught out and the glass cannon gets turned to shards. With no terrorists outside, they are pretty committed to working their way through and purchasing this ground inside. Jordan, just making sure nobody pops their head out of hut there. You might potentially hear somebody moving around on top of hut. They are making a bit of noise between both ramp and hut, which kind of makes it a bit difficult for them to decide where they want to go with this. Nyx, however, with the molly, is able to pretty much lock this down, sacrificing a lot of health just to try and get a peek that was not going to work out for him. And we actually have the bomb going in first. That said, Nyx does take a fair bit of damage. I don't know if they're going to expect Savi to be waiting for them here. He might score himself a good kill. And that smoke is just a little bit short. And this could prove to be fatal for one of their players. He's been spotted though, so he might just want to pop back, just to avoid giving the counter-terrorists more than they actually need. And as we work our way down towards this bottom side on here, we do have Nyx. He is just trying to hold a pretty conservative position here. Maiden will, however, go down to the advancing terrorists. And Nyx may be in a position to stop this plant. Will not, unfortunately. We do see some rotates coming in here from the counter-terrorists, as a few of them go into vents. The CTs must have heard, the terrorists must have heard this, however. And with a 5 versus 3 retake situation, KlikTech are pretty much in a do-or-die position. And potentially die here. Skipper having to sort of stick the defuse, but it's so open, he can't. And Davino will score the final kill, and that is it. Bajini win the series with an excellent comeback on the first map, Inferno, and with an excellent first half, but kind of shaky second half on Nuke here. Thanks for tuning in, I hope you've enjoyed it. As I was saying with the last map, I am learning and building up my skills doing this. If you have any advice, anything you think I should be doing, please let me know. Happy to hear it. If you have any games that you want me to cast that nobody else has done yet, then please drop a comment. If I can, I will. Alrighty, thank you all. Bye.